Oh hey, it's your friend that's been listening to way too much 80s Japanese city pop so far this year. Or maybe just the right amount. Back for some more tech tea. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here are 3 tech updates to get you through your Wednesday. Microsoft is finally bringing some of its exclusives to other consoles besides Xbox. Here's what you need to know. Through a series of anonymous sources close to The Verge and others, there are talks to bring some of Xbox's latest exclusives over to the PS5 and even the Switch. Data miners have already found some cues in Hi-Fi Rush, which would suggest this rumor is true, and over the weekend, a source close with Xbox mentioned that the upcoming Bethesda title, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, is also planned for a PS5 release. Although there have been no finalized plans for this as of yet. Things get even more wild, however, because there's another rumor via Xbox Era that suggests Starfield is planning to launch on PS5 too. This would be a huge move since it's the biggest launch exclusive for this generation of consoles, arguably. While the other titles I could see, I am remaining skeptical on Starfield since there's no reason post-acquisition that Microsoft would give anyone such a big title, especially since due to the antitrust hearings, we all have come to learn just how far behind Microsoft is in their big 3 competition. Turns out, these rumors are clearly making waves too. Yesterday, Phil Spencer went to X to tell users that we're listening and we hear you, and that they've been planning a business update event for next week where we'll know more about the future of Xbox. To me, it sounds like it's a rushed message to do a bit of damage control. Let's hope that this announcement that does come next week is happier news than the recent layoff announcements that we've been getting recently. Ever play Elden Ring and think, man, I wish this felt more like Genshin Impact? Good news, a mobile version of Elden Ring is in the works, complete with Genshin Impact style gacha elements. Here's what you need to know. Back in 2022, a company called Tencent paired up with Sony to acquire a third of From Software, the maker of Elden Ring. Even though this game still makes consoles and PCs run hot, Tencent wants to take the popular titles, which have sold over 20 million copies so far, and rework it into a mobile platform, much like what's being done currently with Resident Evil 4 and Death Stranding. Turns out though, it's harder than those other titles, and so development is painstakingly slow. Part of the reason the development has been taking this long is because on top of bringing such a huge open world game to mobile, they want to try to fundamentally change how the game works. While I'm assuming they would make the title free at first, upgrades to your character will come at a cost, and if they're citing Genshin Impact as a point of reference, there's bound to be some gacha lottery elements baked in there as well. Tencent has also been working on a near mobile game recently with Square Enix, which was also hoping to adopt a monetization strategy, but as of December, that was scrapped. So time will tell whether this will make its way to our phones or to the garbage bins. And finally, Sony released the final trailer and playable demo for Finalfantasy7 Rebirth. Here's what you need to know. Last night, Sony held a State of Play event where Square Enix came on to give us 20 minutes of gameplay footage, trailers, and a special announcement for the upcoming Final Fantasy VII title, Rebirth, which is the second of 3 installments for Final Fantasy VII Remake. We see a few enemies from the remake again, as well as a couple new ones. We also saw and heard Kate Sith, Cid, and Vincent for the first time. However, it has been said that even though there are cutscenes for Cid and Vincent, they aren't going to join your party in this installment. I guess with like 70% of the game in Rebirth, they needed to entice players with something to buy the last one. There's a ton of minigames in this one as well, with a lot being remade from the originals, and even more being brand new, including a brand new card game which was teased called Queen's Blood. Rebirth will be the first time players will be able to explore the open world of Gaia since the original back in 1997. Thankfully, unlike Midgard Remake, it is set up to be a vast, explorable open world. This game took a bit of time for development, and I bet a big chunk of that went into the map and all the post-game things to fill it. Last but not least, the livestream ended with an announcement of the official demo, which is out now. The playable demo will feature the infamous Nibelheim flashback with Sephiroth, where he'll actually be a playable character, as well as a semi-explorable portion of Junon region being added at a later date. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be out officially on February 29th for PS5, and if the last screen of the livestream is any hint, we may see other versions of the titles around June. That's all I have for now. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you back here for some more tech tea.